Immigration has been a hot topic for decades, but it's been especially divisive in the Big 25 due to certain executive orders over the past few weeks. My belief is that immigration is not only a human right, but a system that benefits almost everyone involved, whether that be through the economy or through social means. Immigration benefits the United States, but it more directly boosts the economy. When immigrants migrate from Mexico, they typically take blue-collar work, like construction and farm jobs. We relied on these workers to provide our necessities like housing and food. After the devastating California fire, we need people to rebuild California while we are actively kicking them out and barring their entry. According to the NBC and Pew Research Center, the construction workforce has a significant chunk of immigrant workers. About 13% of them arrive in the US illegally. Are we going to deport 13% of the construction workforce when we are not only facing a massive housing crisis, but also the rebuilding of an entire state after insanely devastating wildfires? Seems pretty counterintuitive to me. So far, we have been looking at immigrants as only commodities, tools to benefit the American population. But they are so much more than that. These people are looking for a better life. They're chasing the American dream of upward mobility, equality, and democracy. Let's talk about sensitive locations, like schools, churches, and hospitals. The Trump administration just opened these locations to ICE raids. And while every school in America isn't getting brutally raided, schools must prepare presentations for school staff and faculty about what to do if the government shows up and demands to take kids. My school had the principal go on the intercom and reaffirm that the students, my peers, are safe in their school. The Department of Homeland Security claims that criminals can no longer hide in schools to avoid arrest because of the new executive order. Can you remember the last time an evil immigrant criminal sought refuge in your local public school? No? Well, I can't either. We must treat these people like people, because that's what they are. They aren't eating the dogs in Ohio, they are just simply chasing the American dream. People from all over the world come to America and share their culture. Think about the last time you had Asian food. Greek? Indian? Even Mexican? You can't embrace your Taco Bells and taco trucks while kicking the very creators out of the country. The argument that all immigrants are criminals is entirely false too. Immigrants are actually incarcerated at a lower rate than white men born in the US. The only time incarceration rates are even close among Mexican immigrants and white men is when they both lack education, confirming that these instances are not a race or immigrant issue, but rather an education issue. Immigration right now is a broken system. The line for entry is years long, and this is why people resort to illegal means of entry. If we make it easier and more accessible, then more people will enter through our legal system. The first thing we need to do is hire more personnel at the border. More judges and staff could help make the process faster and tackle the massive backlog. But if we have this massive backlog, we also need to make sure that while people wait, they are safe and cared for. This means clean and sanitary living quarters, plumbing, and sleeping arrangements. We could also give them legal work visas while they are being processed. It would incentivize people to wait longer instead of entering illegally and finding a job in the country. The best way to stop illegal immigration is to help those people create safe and stable environments for the immigration process. Immigrants bring economic and social improvements to America, and the way we are treating them is inhumane and it violates the very ideals that America is based off of. So let's show some human empathy to the immigrants in our community and continue to push for a better immigration system.